This weekend, Italy and Australia. The Wallabies, the second test of the Autumn Nations series for Australia. It's a big challenge, and a couple of things the Wallabies need to get right. One, their maul defence. It's been written about in the Sydney Morning Herald by Jonathan Drennan that Will Skelton, even though he's not with the squad at the moment, is lending a hand in how to defend mauls for the Wallabies, which is great news, Shep.
Yeah, he was fantastic. He made the difference, didn't he? Particularly during the Lions series when it looked like we were just being out. The physicality wasn't where it needed to be. Now, this is interesting because here we get splintered, and I just think it's more urgency to get back and try and put the brakes on the England pack. You can see that we're just slow to regroup. We're now splintered into individuals, and once they get a roll on there, Timmy, it's pretty tough.
Yeah, it's going to be hard against Italy this weekend, and you know, we all remember back in 2022 where, you know, Dave Rennie picked, I think it was 12 players.
12 changes.
And changes to the side. And I always think back to that game against Italy and thinking, well, everyone blames Dave Rennie, and that was really where Dave Rennie lost his job. But it wasn't Dave Rennie's fault. It was the 12 players that he picked and the other three players.
Not just the 12,
no, the team that didn't perform, and Italy deserved to win that game. So I really felt for Dave Rennie because it was the players that he picked, the younger players to come through, that didn't perform. So, and Italy very hard to beat at home, so they'll be up for this game. And the Wallabies, it's so important once again for the world rankings.
I know you say, you know, it's on those players, and it is, because when they cross the line, they're the ones who have to perform. But I reckon the players who played that day would still wear this, and maybe the guilt or the responsibility a little bit, because whether you want to believe it or not, this actually cost Dave Rennie his job in the end. It was a few weeks later that he was eventually let go and Eddie Jones was brought in to replace him, but it is widely known that the chairman at the time, Hamish McLennan, was filthy after losing that game to Italy, and that was the end for Dave Rennie.
That was the game that then led into, of course, as you say, Eddie Jones and the debacle at Rugby World Cup 23. So those 2 years, 2022, 2023, is why a lot of these players now will understand the enormity of this test match on the weekend.
Yeah, well, the 19th game we'd played against Italy and we'd never lost up until that point. So, there's a big impact of it. For the Wallabies, I think we weren't far away against England. I truly don't believe we were that far away. Yes, we played poorly, but for people to come out, you know, Matt Dawson came out and said, this is the worst performance that the Wallabies have ever had against England. It wasn't. But one thing we definitely...
It was
clunky.
Yeah.
You know, putting people in motion, repairing that maul defence, being better under the high ball. A few of those little 1%ers get tweaked, and I think the Wallabies are back to playing some really good rugby this week.
Hey, it's going to be good to see Lynagh play for Italy. Of course, you know, his mum and dad, they lived in Benetton, Treviso, not far away from where they're playing the test match, and scored a few tries there last week for Benetton, Treviso. And it's a real shame that Tom Lynagh not there for the Wallabies. You imagine Tom Lynagh.
Cool story.
Oh, that would have been huge, because both they're playing good footy, and I bet you Tom will be over there. Tom will be over there watching his brother play at that test match, and so will Isabella and Michael, I'm sure.
Well, I couldn't imagine that there's been many times where two brothers have played against each other for opposing countries, has there? So that alone would have been very, very cool. Hopefully we get to see Louis. He's an incredibly talented player, and he's been a big part of a lot of the wins for the Italian team across the Six Nations over the last couple of years. So he's an important cog in their little system.
You could even see Louis Lynagh playing in Super Rugby Pacific, given the deal that Queensland Rugby have done with Benetton in recent times. That there is that possibility.
Does he play 10?
They don't have enough. We saw before, we touched on the Wallabies maul defence getting ripped apart by England. Now, take a look at what Italy's maul did to South Africa, of all nations, when they played them in the middle of this year. Like this is kind of scary when you think of what England did to Australia's maul on the weekend.
Well, and it's got to be, you know, the forward pack for the Wallabies have to stand up, and whether it's Taniela Tupou, Angus Bell, these players, they know what's coming. So it's not going to be a surprise, and that's the good thing about when you play Italy, you know what's coming. When you play Fiji, you know what's coming. So it's a big opportunity for this Wallaby team to put a bit of a stake in the ground before they go to Dublin next week.
Yeah, set piece is going to have to be better. I thought Frost looked off against England, and that in turn, I don't think our line-out was very good. You look at the process of a game, we're going to kick off. Coming out of the D zone, you've got a box kick. You don't take care of that. It's going to take you to set piece. If they give away a penalty, they're going to kick to the line. All of a sudden, in the first 5 or 10 minutes of the game, the Wallabies could be facing a big, strong rolling maul like that in front of a vocal Italian crowd. This is the thing the Wallabies should be thinking about in their preparation towards the game on the weekend. Of, boys, this is the process, and this is how we could end up standing under the 6. Even having reviewed that, they've got to do the little things well, and it probably starts from kick return.
I think that's why Joe Schmidt will pick a very strong team. Expect Carter Gordon to probably start at 10, give him an opportunity, but around that, I don't think he'll make too many changes because he needs a strong performance.
Yeah, absolutely. A massive test match for the Wallabies this weekend. We know the history, know the last time these two sides met, Italy recorded a historic victory, and the Wallabies players who are over there now, it's certainly fresh in their memories because they keep getting asked about it.
Mate, to be honest, I can't remember what I did yesterday on the game, but I know we lost, and it's a lesson for us to learn, like going this game and not taking Italy lightly. They're a good team, and you can see what they do, what they've done against South Africa in the Six Nations against England, some of those big teams, and they've only lost by a try or something. So. Again, we're going in this week prepping a big game and expecting a big game against them.
We know how important this match is. We know how good and prepared this team is. They're extremely well coached. They have players that are playing at the highest level fairly consistently, and it's something that we're certainly not taking lightly, and we're treating it as any other game on this tour. It's utmost importance, and as I said, we just understand how physical they're going to be, and how many weapons they possess all around the field too.
Two key pillars, those men, Taniela Tupou, Billy Pollard, this weekend for Joe Schmidt, you imagine. All right, gentlemen, tip time. Do Australia beat Italy this weekend, Shep?
I think they do. I've got a feeling it's going to be a high-scoring game. I think both teams are going to throw it around, and once it starts to get a bit loose, I think we're in for an entertainment fest.
They need to get back on the tracks, so they need to get their attacking structure better, and I think Australia will win by about 15, 20 points.
Oh, big, strong tip from Tim Horan. Shep also backing an Australian victory. Can't wait to bring you this one this weekend, live and on demand, exclusively on Stan Sport.